Alright guys, so about to do a quick recap. I'm about to get hit break even on this trade here. Unfortunate. But yeah, let's do a quick recap. First trade was I longed it, right? Yeah, I did. Did I long it? No, I sold it. It was right here. Yeah, this I mean as you can see still worked out. But could have avoided that to be fair. Could have waited for a 1 minute tab. Like I always say, but I didn't. Especially with this fucking like price action, but I really should have waited. But it is what it is. It's cool. I wasn't really sizing up. Let me just show you guys my execution so I don't have to go back to this. As you can see, first trade lost right there. Here, added more, and then took off right here. Yeah, I didn't even wait for the fucking like for price to take this out. As you can see, I would have got edged, bro. I would have got fucked. My stops was up here and up here. Wait, hold on. As you can see, yeah, we got edged right here. I didn't even wait for this to get taken out. So that's pretty unfortunate, I ain't gonna lie. At this point, I don't know, man. At this point, I can see it both ways now. Like, to be honest, like I'm not leaning towards bearish or longs on anything here. Like it's like at this point right here, down here, yeah, I'm leaning towards shorts. But right now, I have no fucking idea. It just doesn't, it's not making sense anymore. But yeah, I was gonna look for more. Fuck, bro. See, I always do this shit. I'm doing some things on this chart while forgetting that I'm not on the other fucking chart. But yeah, I was gonna look for more like shorts to the Asia low on ES. Asia because ES is closer to it. But yeah, like this shit just kept going, bro. This is what I was looking for right here. We tap these, take out these highs up here, and get some nice closures below here around these areas, and then we'll take it to the Asia. But we never had that. But yeah, so first trade right there could have been avoided, but at the same time, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty valid to me. But yeah, to be honest, we really didn't have any fair values to go off of there. So yeah, that's first trade. Second trade, I had the 5 minute pulled up on Tradeway, so I could I saw like the 5 minute looks really clean for a short. It was like, it was around here. This wick, this candle was still forming. We're tapping around these areas here. We had this fair value. It's like, oh shit, that actually looks really nice. And we had this up here. We SMT'd that. So I was like, oh, okay. And then as soon as, where was it at? Yeah, this right here. Yep. As soon as we started, started going lower. As you can see, I didn't wait for it to close because look, if I waited for it to close, I would have had a shitty ass fill, and my entry would have been, let's just say, best case scenario. If I waited for it to close, it will be right here. My stops will be up here, which is not bad. But look, I would have to wait for price to go all the way to Asia, and I ain't got nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the fact that fucking ES is really close to that Asia low, so like ES is gonna take it out first, and then we're gonna have some type of reaction from it. I mean, look, we had a fucking reaction to this low getting taken out, let alone fucking Asia, So yeah. And I had another thing. I think I was looking at the 30. Yeah, we were moving really aggressive. I was like, yeah, we're probably gonna close below that shit, bro. Especially because we rejected these areas up here. Because if we were gonna go higher from this order block, yeah, this should have continued going higher, but that didn't happen. So I was like, okay, I'm getting in. Stop was up here, and then this was still forming. I was like, oh shit, this thing's very aggressive. I'm gonna add it more, and yeah, pretty much move my stops below here. I mean above here. Targeted these right here, and yeah, that's about it. I ain't gonna lie, I had my fucking TP here. This happened. I was like, oh shit, no way I'm gonna get fucking, like I was telling myself, no way I'm gonna get fucking edged, because normally shorts really don't be edging like that, but it did it today. I was like, damn, bro, but we still had this here. We're still in a pretty good shape. I was like, yeah, this, like if this gonna hold, then we're probably gonna take this out here, especially we got a BPR here. So I was like, yeah, this probably gonna be, this probably gonna hold to these lows. So I just kept moving my stop higher, man. Cause like, you know what? I'm not gonna get edged, bro. As you can see, he did get edged, but I was out on my position fully. So that's all that matters to me. But yeah, right now though, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, we're well over about 50% of this shit. Might want to wait for this to get tapped though. This looks a little sus. Yeah. Maybe we can SNT this here. But this is sufficient, don't get me wrong, to run us higher. But it would be better if we tap this. We are currently SNTing these highs up here too. So yeah, I might want to wait a little bit. But if it does continue from here, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just, whenever I hesitate on something, it normally means like, you know, like, it's like, I don't know how I feel about this. Let's just see what happens here. This price has been very iffy today. This is like your typical reversal, but I don't really trade these. Like, this would be your entry here. I mean, to be fair, this is a pretty easy fucking like setups in hindsight, but I like to be very confident that we're gonna go, you know, for this instance it's a reversal to go higher. I like to be very confident that we're gonna go to these highs. So what I wait for is the reversal, and then I just wait for continuations and then take it to the high. Which is what we're doing right now. I'm very surprised I didn't take out Asia, bro. Asia, and it also being a 4-hour fair value. If they're not gonna run these highs up here, they probably is gonna range until maybe like afternoon, and then they're gonna take this out. But yeah, so pretty much what I'm waiting for is hopefully a tap of this 5-minute here. Tap here, and then we can run it higher. But like I said, if it does just continue going from here, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? Here. Oh shit. Okay, this is a perfect CISD entry here. I'm gonna have to have a wide stop on this though. Whoa. Yeah, ES about to take out this high here. We're gonna get some type of reaction from that. So we should be able to get a fill here. This is literally perfectly. Nah, never mind. It's about a point higher. I mean lower. But yeah, this is literally your typical continuation trade. You could probably put it here, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it where it's at. It's about 2 points lower. Okay. Oh wow, look at where that's. That's perfectly where I would want my stop to go. But like I said, I'm gonna target London here. Okay. Yeah, like I said though, we might dip lower into a 5-minute. Yeah, we might dip lower to a 5-minute. This will be the safest stop here. You know what? I have a pretty big fucking TP, so I'm gonna move it there. Give it some room. Ooh, right here. Okay. Yeah, give get some room to do this thing. I don't know if I'll take this and I'm done trying to fund it, but the eval, I mean, eval's not doing bad anymore. Only made pretty much like not even $100 less than funded. Because with the eval, I had my TP just right here, but the rest I put it here. But it's like as soon as I saw price fucking react like this, I was like, yeah, no, I'm taking it off, and made the right choice. But yeah, no, that's it, man. I'm gonna upload this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.